What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of our Leipzig career mode, and today we're going to play 3 games for you. We're not going to do our normal play 3 and sim one. We are just going to play 3. We're going to play this cup game here against Hertha, and then we're going to play Bayern, and we're going to play Mönchengladbach. Normally, I would do the 4, but a couple things have happened. One, these are 4 games we need to play. We cannot be simming an important cup game, obviously, and then Bayern and Mönchengladbach, 2 really good teams so far this year, obviously, and then we don't want to sim our Champions League game. And also, we have a little bit to do here on deadline day. So we're just going to have the 3 games played today. We're going to play all 3. And then next episode, we'll be back into our 3 and 1 kind of rotation. So here we are, 9 hours left on deadline day. And in last episode, we had something happen. We had a great offer come in for Orban, and we really couldn't do anything about it. And, yeah, so Orban is gone, unfortunately, for those who were interested, of course, in having someone like him around. And then, as you can see... Wait, what's going on here? Something is missing. Where is the lad? Where is Gravenberch and Orban? Am I missing something? Oh, Gravenberch is down here. I'm just insane. So as you can see, Gravenberch is with the side. So we bought Gravenberch in and £11 million. That's pretty good for Orban, who's 28, getting up there in age, not playing every week. And Gravenberch turns into an incredibly good player, so we couldn't turn that deal down. It's an excellent deal. We were going to buy Kluivert. Unfortunately, Kluivert moved to West Brom this window, so we can't really do anything about it. Perhaps in the summer we'll try and bring him in, but the next time we can bring him in, we are going to go ahead and do so. As for this window, we want to bring in one more player in either the center back spot or the right back spot. Center back mainly because we're losing his center back. As for right back, if we could move Klosterman inside perhaps, or Mukele inside, and he could be, we'll have more options at center back. Those 2 can play center back, and they can both play right back. So having a real right back and then moving one in for center back, that's obviously a pretty decent option. So there are a couple players here. Excuse me. There's some good players here. There's some players who can grow into really good players. There's some players here who are good and can grow a little bit more. So at the moment, I'm kind of thinking right back. I want to try right back before I go center back, though I think next summer we may bring in a center back anyway. There's some really good center backs on here, but I'm really leaning at Tau. This is the lad I want to bring in. I'm not sure if we're going to have the money to bring him in. We don't know anything about his release clauses at 49 million. It's going to be tough to bring him in, of course, but we're going to try and see if we can go ahead and bring him in. We have 17 million to spend, so it's not exactly a ton of money. We're going to try everything we can. Yeah, they wasted their time. I understand that. We don't have a ton of money, as I've said. And Max Aarons will not be sold, so I guess we are not going to go right back. We'll try center back. And there are a couple players here that are really good options. We didn't have time to scout any, unfortunately, because that is not a position we thought we'd be moving on, and something kind of happened at the end there, and that's what happened. But we're going to look into the division here. Kabak, of course, been linked with a variety of big clubs. He is 20 years of age, Schalke defender. They just beat us as well, so to go ahead and take one of their brighter prospects would be nice. As I said, we've only got 17 million here. We may overlook a little bit or overbid. They've wasted their time as well. I didn't think that Kabak would be that much ready to go, but it seems that way. Let's try Tapsoba. This is going to be a lot of just hoping and praying that we're hitting close to some of these. And it's just the situation we're in. We don't have enough to take a look at some of them. We're just going to bid the 17 and see what happens here. He's wasted their time. It's deadline day, of course. It's going to be difficult. What about Schurz? He's at Ajax. He's one of the lower rated players. And we can pay his release clause. Though we'll begin negotiations. His release clause is 16.8. So that at minimum is something we could afford. I don't believe we're going to afford Faro. Definitely not going to afford Pongrakic. But let's try 10 here and see what they say. That's a reasonable offer. All right, so we are going to bring in a center back. And we will look to bring in a Tal, perhaps, or Max Aarons. We'll take a look at right back moving into the next window. Because I would still like to do that. And that way we could have 4 center backs and 2 right backs just on the books. But that would be ideal. He only wants to be sporadic, which is good. He's got plenty of room to grow, Schurz here. I'm not sure what he's going to want in terms of... no, he wants 22,000. We're just going to accept it. And get our center back in. Get our players into the team. And now we are pretty comfortable at the back there. We would have been uncomfortable if we would have had to go for someone... someone like Kluivert. We would have had to bring Kluivert in. Kluivert was the first choice mainly because we wanted to go ahead and bring in the real players. He's moved there in real life. It's a player we want to bring in. But we would have been a little bit thin back here. But now with the way of the center back, we're pretty good depth-wise all over the pitch. So we'll go ahead and take it that way. So let's jump forward now. We're going to get into our first game. Once we go through the window, we'll see if we get another bid in that's difficult to turn down. It was very difficult to turn down that bid for Orban. Offers come in for Hartman on a 2-year loan deal. That's okay. And a bid has come in for Haidara as well. They're interested in a loan. A short-term one. With nothing at the end of it. We're going to... Do I delegate this? I can't delegate this. I just want to... We're going to negotiate it because I want to make sure that there's no buyback option on the end of it. No, there's no buy option on the end of it because I do not want to lose Haidara permanently, but we are very thick in midfield. Loan, short turn. We'll accept that point. They're comfortable. That's fine. I'm not over the moon about that. But it doesn't look like that's a permanent deal, which is good. And that'll be good for him. We have a lot of players here. We were thinking about sending out Voigt on loan, but if Haidara leaves on loan, then Voigt won't go anywhere, that's all right. I don't want to. We have like 8 or 9 now, especially bringing in Gravenberch. So having somebody go out on loan is probably a good option. Even Voigt could go out on loan if we bought it in. Haidara's rejected it, so that's not happening. And this lad has rejected it as well. Wolves have bid 21 million for Poulsen. That will be rejected. So it doesn't look like any of them will go out on loan just yet. Koulibaly's moved to Manchester City finally. That rumor gets started up every single year. Offer has come in for Campbell on a 2-year loan. That is not going to happen. Though Campbell's one of those players that if a really good bid came in, I might move him on, mainly because he's not a starter, and he's good enough to bring in, a decent amount of money, but only if the bid came in. I'm not going to actively shop Kevin Campbell. Offer is coming for Danny Olmo from Liverpool, 41 million. That is not going to happen. So it looks like we are going to go through the end here without moving any players out. I did want to move one of the midfielders out on loan. Might get one really, really late here. An offer for Haidara to take on loan. Yeah, see, no, they want the option to buy, though. So we are going to go ahead and reject it. And what has happened to the screen? Oh, maybe I've negotiated it. Yeah, and negotiation then. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I thought for a moment my thing had crashed, but it had not. And we are going to get through the end of the deadline day. So, let's jump forward. Martial and Anderson have come in at Bayern, which are 2 pretty decent buys. Schüle has left. And we'll see about that. So, let's jump into this quarterfinal of the DFB Pokal. Let's see if we can move forward. As you saw, a lot of our players are really, really tired. Hopefully, we can get through this without causing, you know, too many injuries, or, you know, we're going to have to swap a lot of players out. Yeah, there are some tired legs here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but this is why we go for depth. We'll get Poulsen in there. Edouard can start. Tyler Adams can start. He needs to play more anyway. But this is why we go for these players. This is why we go for depth. This position right here. But this is kind of... We're going to have an issue at center back here. Do I play this lad here, Martel? I mean, we have to put someone back there. Someone has to go back there. Can Haidara defend? 63 defending. 57. 41. Not ideal. I think what we'll do is we'll move Tyler Adams back there. Obviously, this is not a position of his, but it's not wild. He's got decent defending. He's not the tallest or anything like that, but I guess we're really going to have to deal with it just for this one game. So let's jump into this. Hertha Leipzig. Let's go. Campbell does well. Passes it forward to Dani Olmo. It's back inside here. Can we go all the way out wide? We can. And Mukele is on this right-hand side. Racing forward. Tight angle. Goes for it. And not that close in the end. Difficult angle. There was no one really across goal to get that to, though. That's good football here, and that gets clipped forward as well. And Nkunku can head it forward. He's running into the box toward the byline, and Nkunku, top of the box, one more. Edouard, 360 there, or 180. He just spins and fires it home. It's a nice finish from Edouard, and it's good football from us as well. It gets played on. Didn't really have room for the shot there at the top of the box. He's laid it off to Edouard, who's spun on his foot, 180 degrees. A lovely, lovely finish from Edouard. And it's 1-0 on 24 minutes. Oh, that's a nice ball in. Zielinski here. Oh, that's a great ball in as well. Great save. That's excellent from Galashi. Perfect pass across goal. Couldn't quite do anything about it on our end. And the header comes in and... Jeez, that was in the side netting. I thought he scored that. This is good football forward. Can't quite do enough with it. It's Piatek. He's in a good spot. He stepped inside. Tried to do too much, but it's come back. Great save. It fell to his teammate there in the middle, and Galashi had to pull off another good save. It's his second of the game. It's been a quality save, and that header again on the corner. Very, very close. Coming forward here. I've stepped off the wrong guy. Tried to bring the center back forward, and I've moved Tyler Adams forward instead of Schurz. That's so annoying. Just tried to put a little bit of pressure on him. He was walking into that space, dragged the wrong center back, and he's through on goal. And just like that, they're level. It's been an even enough game for them to deserve to be level, but a poor mistake, and that's just come down to us making bad mistakes. And it's 1-1 here. 20 minutes to go. Edouard does well to hold off, and he can slip the ball into Campbell as well. And Campbell tries to slip it back post. Great touch, and oh, he's hit the post. I thought that was a goal. Oh, that looked for all the world like that was going to nestle. Jesus, in the bottom corner. That was an excellent take. Did well. Took it off his chest. Held on, or held off the defender at the back. That was close. Nicely played. One more. Nkunku. Can he get that through to Edouard? He can. And Edouard holding off. Finds a really good ball. It's Dani Olmo, and he scored! And with 30 seconds to go, have we stolen it here and moved ourselves into the semifinal? A late, late goal in a very, very even game, though. After they've scored, we've been on top. We've been the ones pushing. And it's a great little finish here. Edouard just waited for the run. It came. Dani Olmo hammers it home. It's an excellent little finish. And right as the game is set to enter added time, we have grabbed the lead. And the whistle should be blown any second, perhaps. Just blow it now, and there it is. 2-1 the final, and we do move into the semifinal of the DFB Pokal. The Pokal. It's an odd one to say. But we are into the semifinal. An excellent, excellent result. And needed with a fully rotated side, as Dusseldorf and Bayern kick off their tie as well. And Bayern win. So Bayern, Leipzig, Wolfsburg, and Mönchengladbach into the Final Four. That is a pretty good set of teams there. And it will be difficult to hold off whoever we play in the next game. Now, as you can see, we're 3 points back of Bayern with Bayern coming. He's ready to do whatever is necessary. That's good to know, Danny, because you will be doing whatever I say anyway. And there's an injury there. Haidar will be out 5 days. That's okay. Let's take a look at our scout report, see if we have anybody in here. Look at this lad. We'll sign him up, see what happens. There's another pretty good lad here, 17. And that should be it. Looking pretty good, our academy. We'll take a look at it. And there we are. We've got 4 players in here, all with a potential of at least 91. And that is not too bad for what we are at right now. So, next, Bayern. We might have to shuffle a few players around, but we did well that last game getting everybody fit. Athletic Bilbao want Voigt on a 1-year loan deal. I think it's just a loan, so we're just going to accept that 1-year loan for Voigt. I'm comfortable with that, letting him get some game time out and about. I'll think about it. We'll think about it, Tyler, though you just played 90 minutes at center back, so we may just give you a little bit of time, and this is an incredibly important game. So we'll auto-replace unavailable player for just 1 game. It is Haidara, who can't go onto the bench. Limer here. We'll give Nkunku a rest for just the start at least. Move Gravenberch onto the bench. And Schurz onto the bench as well. Voigt looks like he'll be moving on. And the goalkeeper up here, though. So we'll put Voigt onto the bench for today. And that'll work out pretty well. I think everybody's fit and ready to go. Otherwise, everyone looks good. Let's jump into this humongous game. Bayern, Leipzig. Let's go. Ooh, Jesus. Look at how open we are. Kanate covering back here, and he did well to make sure Lewandowski didn't play it off, but Lewandowski didn't need him, did he? You've got to be kidding me with that goal. It's excellent from Lewandowski. Incredible, really. Unbelievable. He just held off. To spin in there is ridiculous. If this happened in real life, the amount of times everybody in the world would have seen it. An absurd, absurd goal from the Polish striker. And on 12 minutes, Bayern have taken the lead. That gets clipped out wide. Sane takes it down. Managed to get a touch onto it. And now can we play it forward? We can. Here's Fekir. He's going to get onto this. And there's space for Fekir to run into. Slipped it back inside. Here's Campbell. And we slip it through. We can. Break ball from Campbell. It's 1-1. Not too many attempts on goal in this game from either side, but it's level here as we approach halftime. What a ball from Campbell to find Hwang Hee-chan, and he makes no mistake. Hammers it home. It's an excellent, excellent finish and an excellent pass here. Just a little reverse ball right in between the defenders. An excellent little finish. And we've leveled it here. 43 minutes gone. It's 1-1. Thought we got a big touch on that. Didn't quite happen. Managed to take that one away, though. Play it forward excellently. Here's Limer. And Hwang Hee-chan's making the run. Now is he going to get away from Hernandez? A great touch from Hwang Hee-chan. He's still on it. It's 2. And Hwang Hee-chan has turned this game around on his own. It's an excellent ball forward. A great run. And we've retaken... Well, we haven't retaken it. We've taken the lead for the first time today. 53 minutes gone. And Bayern being undone by the striker. It's a great take. It's an excellent finish. No chance for Neuer. It's 2-1 here. A win here brings us level with Bayern at the top of the table with both our games against Bayern done. Leimer gets it forward here. It's a nice run being made down the wing here. It's Haslenberg. Slips it back inside nicely. It's a good touch. Nice turn back into the box. Moving the ball around. Wang Yichen's going to come away with it somehow. Tried to slip it through to Fekir. It didn't quite work out. Though we're still holding it. We're still holding it. Just moving it around. Comes to Campbell at the top of the box. And it goes over the bar. A half hour remaining. And now we're moving it. Now can we do enough with it? Gets slipped forward. Hwang Hee-chan does so well to find Fekir in a great amount of space. And Fekir has dragged it. That could have been game over here. And now we have to hold off for another minute or two. A couple changes onto the pitch as Lewandowski goes off, thankfully. Though Martial's on. Got to win that header there on the back. It's Martinez. There's a minute added on here. Can we do enough? Gets played forward. Martial. Taken off. And that's it. This is a massive win here in the capital. A huge, huge win. And that levels us up at the top there. Anything but a loss there, really. As you can see, there were 6 total shots. Not a ton of action. Very, very tight game. But a massive, massive result as we go level at the top of the table with Bayern. Not much more you could really ask for. I know you're upset that you didn't start, but that is a huge result as we do go level. And as you can see, Leverkusen are starting to... they're really starting to get into the conversation a little bit. Only 8 points back, and they have a game in hand. So possibly... Oh, they did win it. So 5 points back for Leverkusen. So there's that gap is shrinking a little bit, but at least we're on top of the pile with 14 games to go. Obviously, we control our own destiny on top of the pile, but it does not get any easier as we go ahead and play a very difficult team. They've faded since the beginning of the year, but they've started really, really well. Mönchengladbach, they sit in 9th. They started so well, and now they're really behind, but, you know, it's all about the squad, so hopefully we can take them down. So let's jump into this. Leipzig, Mönchengladbach, a big game. Everybody's fit. Let's go. Oof, nicely played here. Coming right down the middle. Good block. It's still coming our way. Oh, that's an excellent pass inside. Great finish as well. That was an excellent, excellent find. And it's Zakaria with it. Another player who's been linked to a variety of different big clubs. But here at Mönchengladbach, he's found the lead. We pulled that center back up there, but I was hoping he would have been covered. He wasn't. It's 1-0 here on 15 minutes. Not the start we were looking for. Can we get that out wide? We definitely can. Here's Klosterman now. And Klosterman doing well. Can slip it back in. Here's Fekir. Leimer. Back out wide. We slided one more. We can. Here's Dani Olmo. Turns back inside. Finds Sabitzer. Great take from him. It's a good block. And then cleared out of play for a corner. Struggling right now to get in behind this Mönchengladbach defense. It's Angelino running forward. Dani Olmo manages to get away. And here's Dani Olmo now. Trying to rush into space. Defended pretty well. He ended up catching up to him. Can slide that in. Can slide that back out. Dani Olmo does well. Can slip it across goal. Defended pretty well as that gets slipped across. Taken on. One more. Here's Klosterman. Gets it back. Just trying to maneuver just a little bit of space here. One more, and there's a little bit of space. And it's Nkunku from distance. That's an excellent save. As I said, we're struggling here to really create. They're very defensive. So the header does not go toward goals. One more. Upamecano. He took forever to get that out from under his feet. Jesus. Nicely done. Nice tackle. Oh, come on. Get that out from under your feet. Again, Upamecano. It's twice now, and that put straight, thankfully, at Galashi. But twice now, he's had it at his feet, and he's just not moving it out quickly enough. Nicely done. It's good football here. Nicely done. Good football. And Hwang Yi-Chen is going to get to this. And the goalkeepers come out. Oh, what a save. What in the world is the goalkeeper thinking there? Where is he going? Stuck in no man's land. And we force him into a really, really good save. That gets headed away. We have 10 minutes here. We do not have a lot of time. We got to find something. Nicely played. Here's Nkunku. And Poulsen looked like he was going to run off the back there. In the end, he didn't. But we have it here. It's Hwang Yi-Chen. Poulsen. We get it out there. He's got to be offside, this guy, doesn't he? Ugh. And we are going to lose. A couple days after beating Bayern and going level at the top, the next thing we do is lose 1-0 at home. Unacceptable, really. We were just too slow today. There were a lot of opportunities where we had time to have a couple shots, move the ball out a little bit. We were just too slow getting the ball out from under our feet today, and that kind of just... Upamecano did it twice, but that kind of summed up how we were all game long. That is a huge loss. A really big loss. 1 year loan and return. Do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go ahead and let Voigt do this. Mainly because... Oh, well, I guess not. We've already looked at it, I suppose. Offer withdrawn from Uruguay, but that is a huge missed opportunity there to just keep the pressure up, especially after going level. It's a big, big problem there. Let's see what happened with Bayern. Did they win their game? They did. And we're back to 3 behind. After all the work we did, we're back to 3 behind. And we're hoping Bayern drop points now. They're away to Freiburg. Home to Bremen. Home to Dortmund. Maybe Dortmund will give us a little bit of help there. Away to Cologne. I mean, that is a huge, huge, huge loss, unfortunately, isn't it? But next episode, ooh, we have a player return from injury. That's probably Forsberg, right? Who will be out in the summer, I think. We're just overpacked there. No room really for a 29-year-old who's barely on the fringes kind of deal. Next episode, big games. We have Sevilla, then we have... I believe that's Hoffenheim, I believe that's Hoffenheim, and then Cologne, and then we'll be moving in on Berlin. So Berlin will probably be the game we sim, and then we'll be playing Sevilla, Hoffenheim, and Cologne, guys. But that is going to be the end. I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, and peace.